Good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Alton Crawford. Just wanted to bring you a bit of a look at the 2012 Mercedes-Benz C-250. Now, this look is a little bit more than just a look, and the reason why I say that is simply because I'm going to show you something that I absolutely hate about the vehicle. During my morning drive to work, most of the time when you are on your way to work, you want to move. You want to keep it moving. You want to keep going. You want to accelerate when you need to accelerate. You want to pass when you need to pass. Sometimes I cannot do it with this vehicle. So what I'm going to do, give you an overview of the outside of the vehicle. I always love to do that. Now this is a 2012 model. Going to put you behind the steering wheel. Of course, it's not going to show now. You can actually see the time and the temperature here in and around Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm going to jump in right quick. And there, gotta move you around just a bit. So here I am. Gonna go ahead and turn the vehicle on. Now this is my first time turning it on. I have not turned it on earlier this morning, prepped the vehicle, anything of that nature. You just heard me turn it on so you can actually do more of a countdown on how long the vehicle has been running before I take off. Now a lot of the newer vehicles, they say you don't need to let them warm up, as we call it. You don't need to let them warm themselves quite as much as the older vehicles. But I always love to do so. Going to go ahead and do that right now. I think right now it should be coming up on right at about a minute. So, excuse me. We're going to go ahead and take off. I'm going to turn you around. And you can hear a little bit of John Legend there. We're going to put John on hold. Cancel. Thank you. So let's put John on hold. That's how I refresh, prepare for my workout. How do you prepare for yours? So, give you an overview of the dashboard. As you know, I always love to do. I always love to show you what I'm actually testing out. Now, you probably noticed my key is plugged in. Battery in the key is slightly low, so I had to plug it in and actually take the keyless entry key fob out. You can just plug this out if you don't know that. Perhaps if you don't, let me know and then I'll come right back to you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Sorry about my finger actually covering your view earlier. Now I'm holding what you're looking through, the utensil, and which you're looking through. So I'm holding that in my hand here. You will feel the movement of the camera. You will feel all those things to let you know how the vehicle is accelerating or not accelerating. The thing that I hate about it, especially if you're preparing to drive first thing in the morning, if you're preparing to drive first thing in the afternoon or evening, do not pull out in front of anyone. Because as soon as you pull out in front of someone, you're not going to have that initial boost from the turbo to go ahead and accelerate and pass. So let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and shift into gear here. Sorry, covering up that change area. You know, that can be a pretty nasty area. I like to keep mine pretty clean, except for around the gear shift here. Definitely got to wipe that off. Now, let's go ahead and take off. And as we do so, got to make sure that you're nice and sturdy here. Now, don't particularly need it. I'm not going to fly through someone's neighborhood here. As we make our way out, keep you focused. I'm going to get out on one of the roads in which I have a little bit more drive time straight ahead. So let's just say here, going to take you both ways. We're going to look to the left, look to the right, and going to move you around. We're going to look to the right. It's a little wet outside, but the pavement's dry, so I don't mind accelerating. We're going to look to the left. Not that you want to look at someone's neighborhood, but we're going to take you back to the center. Sorry about the quick movements, but let's get you going. So, going to go ahead and take off here. Now you can feel that. And now I've just accelerated. Very nice, right? All right, well, keep riding with me. Typically what will happen is you will put your foot on the accelerator and it takes a minute for the turbocharger to kick in and then you take off. Now, I'm going to lay into it a little bit here. Now you see, that's exactly what I mean. You can actually tell when the vehicle actually decided to take off. And when I told you I'm going to lay into it, I laid into it, vehicle took off. You can feel that from the movement of the camera. I'm going to give you one more hint of that. So, don't want to scare anybody, so I'm going to do it once more. Lane right now. And we're taking off. I hate that. If you're merging into traffic, if you're on a normal road to where you're trying to get somewhere and you're trying to pass traffic, I absolutely hate it simply because it takes a while. Here. And now it's just kicking in. I mean, now you're just accelerating. So if you're trying to pass, or we get it a lot from, I'm buying it from my grandmother, I'm buying it from my mother, I'm buying it for someone who definitely needs to merge into traffic. This you will absolutely hate. Now, this is a 2012. 2012, 13. I think they changed it in 14. Accelerating. Now we're going along. And accelerate now. Just now taking off. So it, as you go now, it will warm up. So it normally takes it a good probably 4 or 5 minutes for it to kick in. And once it kicks in, it's a little bit more immediate. But when you take off, and I also notice it in the evenings, when you take off, there is really a little bit of lag. So if I'm pulling out in front of someone here and I accelerate, now that's more immediate, which helped me to catch the light. Very thankful for that. So now it appears that it has actually kicked in from when I told you earlier when I started this event. So I'm going to do it once more. And when I say now, that means I'm accelerating. I'm pushing the gas pedal. I never push it to the floor. I don't want to break a car. That's just not me. So I'm going to accelerate now. And now it's kicking in. Now, you may say, I've driven some cars and they're actually worse than that. Yes, some of your more affordable cars, that's all right. You expect a little bit of that. But on a luxury brand in which you typically pay a premium, you don't expect that. I know a lot of people saying, wait a minute, you're getting the introductory model, which is not the introductory model anymore because now they have the CLA and the C-Class. But at the same time, if you're paying this premium, I mean, of course, this vehicle, you're looking at mid-40s, early to mid-40s as far as the retail price with the options on it. So you want more. And of course, that example of what I just gave is exactly what you get, especially in the morning when you're first turning on the vehicle. I'm going to show you once more here. Now, remember, when I say now, that means I'm accelerating. Let me get you properly adjusted so, there again, I don't throw you all over the place. So, now. And it's just kicking in. The things you will have to put up with, of course, if you actually decide to get an older model C-Class. Now, the newer models, I will bring you that a little bit later. I'll try that vehicle out for you. But just wanted to bring you a bit of a hint of what you're going with a C-Class. Now, must say that I did not notice the same thing when looking at the BMW 3 Series and also the Audi, even A3. I didn't notice the same thing with those particular models as I am with the C-Class. So, that's something you're going to have to put up with Mercedes. With Mercedes, I kind of somewhat give them a pass on a little bit of that because, to me, Mercedes actually pays particular attention to every aspect of the vehicle, which is a plus because not only safety, but you're talking about, well, performance is forgotten, so I can't say every aspect. When you compare it to the other European models, as with Audi and BMW, you're not going to get some of what you just got with the Mercedes. That's what I completely hate about the vehicle. Got to turn John Legend back down. Boy, did he come back, didn't he? But something I do love about Mercedes is from the standpoint of you don't have many things falling off the vehicle that you will have with primarily your American-made cars. You know, the wood grain stays in place. Everything tends to stay in place. But enjoy your vehicle. If you have a Mercedes-Benz C-Class, continue to enjoy. I'm just kind of showing you one of the things that really annoys me about the vehicle.